Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny Undeath from Above. Today I want to talk about the Nightstalker. The Stalker of the Night. No, the Hunter subclass, the Nightstalker. And why it is my new best friend, why it's my new bae, why it might be my new main. I don't know, man. So, this past week was Iron Banner. In Iron Banner, you play a lot of Iron Banner. And what ends up happening is you run your highest light on your character that you like to run the most towards the end of it, and just go to town, get the drops, play the game, not really concern yourself with winning, but just play with what's got the highest light, what's going to give you the best loot, and what's going to win the quickest. So, as it turned out, when I opened all my bounties, and then when the dust settled, my highest light character was my Hunter. Not real sure how that happened, because I usually main a Titan, so my Titan was my main character, and then towards the end of the week, my Hunter just had more light on her, because it's a girl. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm playing my Hunter for the rest of the weekend, because I'll get the best drops on this character. So I kept playing it. I usually use Blade Dancer in PvP just because that's what I use. So I ran PvP, ran Blade Dancer for a little while. I just got I was like, there's no real advantage from this, and I want to run the Wombo combo. So I switched to Nightstalker. I was like, I want to run grenades and smoke, Bones of AO, and just be a sneaky snake. So I did that, and then I kept doing that, and then I couldn't stop doing that because it was so much fun. I've never really used Shade Step. I have it. I know how to use it. I know what the purpose is. Just never did it. Never did it too often. Didn't Shade Step a lot. Just had fun playing the game and not really worrying about it. So I decided I want to learn how to Shade Step. I want to get good at it. I've got a Scuff controller. I've always had a Scuff controller just because I like them. They're more comfortable. They're more customizable. And they fit my hand a little bit better than just the stock Xbox controller, and I hate the Xbox One thumbsticks. I don't think I've ever used a regular Xbox One gamepad. I've always had a Scuff. If I've had an Xbox One, I had a Scuff because I bought one used, I think. Bought a used Xbox that had a Scuff already with it. And so I've always had the paddles on the back, and I've always been able to shade step and jump and do all those moves with my index fingers, or with my middle fingers, and keep my thumbs on the sticks. So that's a natural advantage when you're running something like Nightstalker with shade step. So through the weekend, I began to realize my KD looked very good, and it may have just been Iron Banner. It may have been I'm not getting matched up with high-quality opponents, but my KD is always hovered right about a 1, just because I don't care. I just want to run into the fight, have some fun, shoot some things, and move along. Well, I was realizing with the Nightstalker, I could run into a fight, have some fun, shoot some things, and then get away. You can get away with a Nightstalker. With a Titan, unless you're running the Twilight Garrison, you don't really get away. You kind of shoot stuff, run in there, bull in the China shop, blast around, and die. So with a Hunter, you run in, be precise, shoot some things, and then dip, duck, dodge, and dive, and get out of the way. And I was realizing it's very functional. It's very good. It's probably the strongest PvP subclass there is, at least for me, for now. So Nightstalker is currently my new bae. So you'll probably see some footage of me playing Nightstalker in Iron Banner. It was a very awesome weekend. I got a lot of loot drops. Came out with like 6 different clever dragons. So it's I'm a little overwhelmed with the amount of decision making I'm going to have to make with that weapon. I can't make the decision based on the fact that they might nerf high caliber rounds, because we don't know that they will. They might stick around and be just like they are, so it might be the season of the clever dragon, and I have so many. And they're about half and half with high caliber rounds, half without. I've got Headseeker. I've got all the different options, and I was running the one on my Nightstalker with it has handlaid stock, high caliber rounds, and rangefinder. So I was getting a lot of range out of it, and the high caliber rounds were doing a pretty good job of bouncing targets around. And it was a solid primary that I ran all weekend. For secondary, I ran surprisingly a sidearm. I ran the Iron Banner sidearm all weekend. And on my Nightstalker, that combination was very potent because I could use the Clever Dragon for anything ranged, and I could use the sidearm for anything mid-range. So it was a very deadly combination to use in conjunction with the movement. I did switch between Black Hole and Quiver a couple times. I actually settled on Black Hole because it was control, and more people would bunch up in more places. There was a lot of choke points and a lot of people on flags, so I could use my tether to grab a bunch of them and then just primary them down or whatever if I'm close, or just tether them and let my team take care of them. So lots of assists, lots of getting in and out, and I'm going to struggle to go back to a Titan. I really think I enjoy Nightstalker a lot more. And I know this is like old news to a lot of you guys. Nightstalker's been here for a long time, and you guys have been doing this for a long time. But I've always been on a Titan, and I really enjoyed Titan. Titan fits my mentality, but Nightstalker may fit my playstyle better than I think it did. So Nightstalker, if you see me running Nightstalker, I might be having some fun. I don't know, man. I'm full Iron Bannered out on my Nightstalker now though, and so I need to get some of that Trials armor, get to the raid. I don't know. We'll see. But right now, Nightstalker is my new favorite thing in Destiny. What do you guys think? Have you always run Nightstalker? Do you main other things? I know if you're a Warlock, you run the shotgun melee. I just did not want a shotgun. I shotgunned for the first half of Iron Banner last week, and I got tired of it. I wanted to do something else, and so I got a sidearm. I was like, I'll use the sidearm, and I really enjoyed the sidearm. So I get a little hyperactive with the sidearm, but if I can tone it down, use the primary, and use the grenades and melee and the smoke grenade and all that stuff on my Nightstalker, it's extremely effective. So what are you guys running? What subclass did you run most in Iron Banner? Which one do you like the most for things like trials and regular PvP? I find myself gravitating towards the Nightstalker. I think it's going to be the thing for me, at least for the foreseeable future. So let me know in the comments what you think, guys. But other than that, hope you've enjoyed the video. It's kind of a ramble fest, but I wanted to share some thoughts with you guys and have a little fun talking about this stuff. But until next time, guys, leave a like if you've enjoyed this, subscribe if you want to see more. And I'm Death from Above, and I will see you later.